Hey there, my screenwriter friends. Something's been coming up a lot recently with the writers that I've been talking to about the core systems that you can use to make the biggest difference possible in your screenwriting career. So I've broken it down to 5 systems, and you can click the link in this post and actually take for free. Just answer 5 quick questions, and there's a score each one from 1 to 10. You'll get a sense of where the most opportunity is for you to develop in your career. I'll talk about the top 3 most significant ones on this video, and then you can follow up and take that free evaluation if you want, my friend. And once you do, I'll follow up and give you a suggestion on what might help for you in one next step to move your career forward. Okay, let's get started. Top 3, number 3 out of the top 3 is your craft system. Really significant. Most screenwriters, when they start, they're like, I got an idea for a movie or a show. And they might kind of sketch it out or chat with a friend a little bit, and they open up Final Draft and they start like typing. Character says this, character does that, whatever. And it really is like running into the woods without a map. And I did it myself, not once, not twice, not 3 times. I did this 5 effing times. And I went to NYU Film School. I took Bob McKee's weekend workshop. I did all the sort of studying of the craft, but I really was approaching it from like a writer-director's perspective and not really looking at Hollywood structure theory. And then once I found Blake Snyder's system, which is really like a step-by-step process, it changed everything. So it doesn't have, I have my own system. Blake has a system. There's lots of other systems, but get something that's a step-by-step process and effing follow it. Don't wing it because it's taking you longer. Like a system is an actual path through the woods that lets you shoot right through it. When you try to figure out your own system before you've actually really know what you're doing, you're just slowing yourself down. For example, the 5th feature film screenplay that I wrote, that I also later directed and produced as a feature. This was I was in my early 30s. I'd done 5 of these. I'd done a skilling shorts, went to NYU Film School, blah, blah, blah. And it still took me 3 years to write that feature. Why? It's because I was winging it. I didn't have a system. I could take those same elements from that story and write an even better screenplay now in 3 months. It took me 3 years before. I could do it in 3 months. And not because I'm more creative. It's just because I have a system. I know the path through the woods. So get yourself a system. Could be mine, could be Blake's, could be anything that speaks to you and allows you to realize your vision step by step. Okay, that's number 3 of the top 3 systems that I think you need to be the absolute best screenwriter you can be. Number 2 out of 3 is a sales system. Okay, you fully realized your script as it's amazing, and you're getting like an 8 or 9 on the blacklist. You're getting people going, this is amazing, this is great, you got to sell this thing. Okay, great. Now what? Like, what are you going to do? One of the things that I invite you to do is not most writers in this situation would think, I got to get an agent. I would suggest don't waste your time trying to get an agent. Agents are very busy. They've already got their own clients. They're not paying attention to their clients in the way that they would prefer or the writers would prefer. If you talk to any working writers, they'll be gracious and appreciative. And yet I've never met one that says, yeah, geez, my rep team pays way too much attention to me. And it's not because reps are bad people. It's because they're awesome people. Every rep I've had, I loved. They're doing the best they can, but it's a commission system. So they're financially required to really ignore most of their clients most of the time, just to keep the lights on. So it's really a really difficult system for them. So they want good things for you, and they're just really not in a position to help. So a new writer, you're just not really offering that. What's better is to go after the producers first, get into producer conversations first. And you might go, well, but they don't accept unsolicited screenplays. So get into a conversation as a human being, one to another, that has common passionate interests, to the point where they're so taken by you and your superpower and your amazingness, they solicit your screenplay. See how that works? It sounds simple, and it is, except you probably have self-limiting beliefs thinking, I can't do that. I don't live in Hollywood, blah, blah, all sorts of excuses. I promise you, the right sales system just slips you right through. and you step through. So I actually have not seen any other sales systems other than the one I have. It's called Unleash Your Superpower. So, but like, so you can try mine if you feel like if it helps, great. You can reach out about it, or just search Brooks Elms Unleash Your Superpower, or go to my site. I'm not trying to sell you on my system. I'm trying to say using a system is better. Submitting to contests is not a system. That's a lottery, right? Cold queries is not a system. That's spam, right? Get a step-by-step sales system. A system is good when it's inevitable it's going to work. Just show up and you do it. That's what my system is. So, or find another one. I know there's other people that do teach these sorts of things, but I haven't heard of anybody that's as sort of systematic as my system. So that's number 2, sales system. And number 1, most important thing you can do systematically to increase the likelihood of succeeding in your career is dialing your mindset. And I like to think about mindset really in 2 different aspects, lifestyle design and perception design. So lifestyle design, I first heard about it in Tim Ferriss's book, 4-Hour Workweek, where it was just like, well, how do I design this dream life for myself? And for him, it was actually, he was able to cover his bills working 2 hours a week, but he thought the title 2-Hour Workweek was too far-fetched. So he called it 4-Hour Workweek. But you really do have the power to design your lifestyle with multiple income streams the way that you want. It takes time to figure out how to do it for you, but it's possible. The best way, to my mind, that's possible is you go inward to your perception design. So there's a whole world out there, but we get to choose in here how we respond to every single stimuli, right? The subjective experience within the objective experience of life. So notice the way you talk about things, the way other people talk about things. Notice, keep an eye out for victimese when you're speaking in ways of, oh, I can't do this, or this always happens to me, or I never get this, or so all sorts of ways and languages and phrases you'll start to notice that are either more empowering or less empowering. Keep choosing authentic, more empowering words for yourself. Notice it in other people. Don't point it out in other people unless they're asking you to. Get around people who are actually asking you to. You can help each other spiral up your words, because as you use more powerful words, you get more powerful thoughts. And as you apply your better thoughts to different ways of living your life, you will create multiple income streams, better ways of helping people, and you will then write better stories, because you have gone from a transformation to being a little kid, essentially, to being an adult and having a full ideal life. And so those life lessons of transformation, shifting the way you thought about things, going from victim to empowered adult, those are all things you can do as you shift your perception design and will manifest in your lifestyle design. And if you don't have the lifestyle that you want, you're working some crappy job, start with the inside job, what's going on in your mind and your thoughts. Start shifting them, and then it'll ripple outward. If that makes sense. Okay, those are the 3 things to review. Your craft, get a system that will shoot you through the woods. Sales, get a system that will shoot you through the woods. Mindset, get a way of thinking about mindset that feels systematic, so you can kind of keep dialing it up and sort of measure it. All these things are about measuring, and not measuring by like how many Oscars have you won or blah, blah, blah. You want to measure in ways where you can know whether you did it or didn't every single day, every single week. Not that you're sort of draconian about measuring, but there's a specificity in the unfolding of your soul through your career, so that you know that you're making progress. Right? That's what we love about stories. The hero progresses from the first act to the third act. You can specifically, concretely measure the progression of your systematic approach to screenwriting. So check out the link in this post, and you can answer 5 questions that are analyzing on a scale of 1 to 10 all your systems. And once you click that for free, I'll get back to you and I'll say, okay, here's what I suggest you do next. It might help you think about your career more systematically and feel more empowering, because it's measurable and the progress is demonstrable. Sound good? All right. Sending you lots of love. Hope you have an amazing, like really amazing day. Yeah, like really amazing.